first off, I started off with a matcha maker smoothie. I really like this because it has a really nice, refreshing, and light taste to it. It has, I believe, apple, a little fruity, but the matcha is also really nice for antioxidants and a little bit of caffeine. And then my mom made this, it's like a turmeric, egg, and potato kind of stewed meal. And then in addition to that, I had some of these like spicy flakes that I just incorporated to give it a little bit more kick, and it also had some bok choy just for more veggie. As a snack, I am eating a beef jerky from my Saratoga trip. Not as oily and heavy as like a Slim Jim, so I really like it. For dinner, I am making some bubbles. I added a little too much bubbles, but what I'm doing is just cooking it in hot water, and then I didn't cool it down apparently, but you should always cool down your bubble so that you stop it from getting too mushy. I made bubbles because I wanted to incorporate it with my milk tea that my dad got me from the local bakery. I didn't add any like honey or sugar because the milk tea already has some of the sugar, which I kind of regret it because I think my bubbles needed sugar. But anywho's, yeah, that's just what I made for my drink. And then for dinner, I had spicy beef noodle soup from this local Chinese restaurant. I really like this place because the noodles are very soft. The broth is really nice. It has a spicy kick to it that is a little bit more, tastes a little bit like curry. The next day I'm having not beef rice noodle, but beef and egg rice noodles, and I'm just putting soy sauce on top of it. I really like this place, but I found an eggshell in one of these rolls one day, so now I'm a little scarred to eat this again. But I think, you know, once I get the hang of it, or once I forget that ever happened, I'll get back to it. And then here I'm just finishing the rest of the matcha maker smoothie. And as a dessert, I'm having a Ferrero Rocher chocolate. I always have to eat it by layer because if I eat it all in one go, I can't really eat it all in one go. It's just a little too big for me. And I like appreciating each layer as I go along. For dinner, my mom made gaojiao, which mainly just means like fried cornstarch. But inside the cornstarch, it has shrimp, egg, and leeks, and I'm just having this with sriracha. I probably will be making this eventually on my cooking channel, Be Out Cooks, so if you want to check that out or keep posted about any Burmese cooking, I'll link down my YouTube channel for that. And then as a drink, I'm just having some chrysanthemum tea. And from the same restaurant that I got the spicy beef noodle soup, I picked up black pepper over rice with egg and bok choy. I actually ate part of this in last week What I Eat, and I'm just finishing this up. And I'm trying a new smoothie flavor from Revive Superfood. It's their pumpkin chai. It has a nice like creaminess to it because of the pumpkin, and it reminds me a lot of the fall time. And then for dinner, I'm having more of the gaojiao with sriracha. And as a dessert, I'm having a strawberry matcha latte with bubbles from a local bubble tea shop near me. I mention this all the time, but I really like having actual strawberry chunks in the puree, and I feel like that puree just makes my bubbles sweeter and it matches really well with the bitterness of the matcha. The next day, I'm having a hot dog bun. This is probably one of my favorite hot dog buns because there are 4 corners of hot dogs, and then in the center there's this kind of like ranch green onions thing going on in the middle, which is very savory. So yeah, definitely pick this up if you see this in your local bakery. And more from the local bakery, I have a twisted raisin bread bun, and I'm just drinking hot milk tea to go along with everything. And for dinner, I'm having curry fried rice. It's basically just the normal items you would see in fried rice, like green beans, corn, peas, and beef, and then they fried up the rice with like a curry base you would find in like Southeast Asia, in like laksa maybe, or in this like chicken potato dish. For a drink, I'm having some shike. It's like rice water. It has actual rice in it, and then they just leave it with like a sugar water. And then the next thing, I'm having a lychee drink. It's really refreshing. It's also a new flavor I'm trying from Revived Superfoods. And I ordered steak with rice and beans, and plantains, and this cactus. I'm not sure what that cactus is called again, but oof, this is so good, and I have some Tabasco to go with it. I really like this cactus because it's very different. It has like a crunch, but it's like salty and a little slimy. I don't know, something about it is just really interesting. And my mom also made some tater tots in the air fryer, so I had some of that as well because you can't ignore the tots. And for dinner, I made some beef flavored ramen from Ichiban. I made this because my dad had made some stir-fried beef with green beans, and I didn't want to eat it with rice. I wanted to be a little bit more fancy, so I made ramen to go with it. So once my ramen is cooked, I'm just putting the beef and green beans with it just to heat it up a little bit. And for a drink, I have some chrysanthemum tea once again. And that is it for what I eat in a week. Hope y'all liked it. I'll see you all in another week. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.